We want everything right now, right here. So whether we want instant noodles, whether we want instant food, whether we want whether we want to do something instantly, we want to do an activity instantly, or we want a partner instantly. Instant gratification is all about temptation. So what happens? We are tempted to letting go of a future. You start having unrealistic expectations. We're texting your partner all day long, or you're touching base all day long on different social media platform. You want those likes. In fact, there is a study which shows that 40% of adults who are using technology creates impatience in them. Hi, I'm Dr. Rachna Khanna Singh, and I'm a mental wellness and a relationship expert. So today's world is all about fast, achieving everything fast at the tip of a button, at the snap of a finger. We want everything right now, right here. So whether we want instant noodles, whether we want instant food, whether we want to do something instantly, we want to do an activity instantly, or we want a partner instantly. Or even worse, we want instant gratification in relationships. So what is instant gratification? And that is what we are going to talk about today. What is instant gratification? It is a feeling of your emotions being validated, or feeling an emotional connection rapidly. So that is all what we are all ending up doing nowadays. Because why are we doing it? Because we feel that, there's so much shortage of time, there's so much to do, but we forget that that is not the way relationships are going to work. Instant gratification is all about temptation. So what happens? We are tempted to letting go of a future. We are foregoing the difficult parts, foregoing the difficult steps to reach a beautiful future, versus just getting gratification right now and enjoying just the moment, right? So what starts happening to us? What starts happening to our brain? Why do we want that? Why does it make us feel so excited and happy? So we have a reward-giving hormone, neurotransmitter, which is dopamine. So it's exactly like when we have drugs, right? That gives us a feeling of reward, that we feel that is what is instant gratification. We get a rush, we get a high. And that's exactly what happens in relationships also nowadays. And that's something what wasn't happening earlier. What was happening earlier, where relationships were a lot more successful, was because of delayed gratification. So what really is instant gratification in a relationship? So what starts happening? So one is, of course, that you start having unrealistic expectations. We're texting your partner all day long, or you're touching base all day long on different social media platform. You want those likes. And what happens if your partner doesn't engage back as your required mood at that time to the text? You don't get those hearts or those emojis, or you don't get the likes on what whatever you've posted. What happens? You start feeling rejected, you start feeling insecure. So this is one of the reasons why instant gratification is not good. Second thing is, we fail to foster deeper emotional connections. What happens is, we start looking at immediately having some fun, enjoying ourselves. It's like going across to a mall and suddenly you find the best dress which you've been dreaming of at a 70%. That's the rush which you get. And that's the rush which people have started to enjoy in relationships also. Only not understanding that this is just euphoric, and it is not long lasting, and it's not real. And this is what the virtual world is bringing us to. In fact, there is a study which shows that 40% of adults who are using technology creates impatience in them. And that is exactly what happens in relationships also. So what starts to happening? We are not forming deeper connections. We just want to enjoy that evening, that night, enjoy going to a club, to get a drink, to get a coffee, and to have fun at that hour. And what are we doing? Developing shallow relationships. And we don't like that, we move to the next. We don't like that, we swipe right. So this is what is happening today versus forming deeper bonds where we allow ourselves to spend time with each other. Another aspect is that instant gratification can create a lot of misunderstandings, can create low communication with each other because we have unrealistic expectations. The expectations are not set right. We want something there and then, and that is what we start to enjoy. Vis-a-vis fostering the difficult parts of a relationship, because a good relationship should see all seasons of time, where we see that, where there are difficult times, difficult moods, we learn how to go past them. We learn how to go past the enjoyments, the fun, and also the difficulties. So we go past that whole realm of, the whole realm of the pluses and the minuses. Instant gratification also ends up creating a dependency on instant validation. That means I've sent a text to my partner, or I've asked my partner something and I must get appreciation back, or I must get something back, whereas that is not the true world at all. So what do we do? How do we avoid being just in the instant gratification phase? How do we know how to move to a real relationship? So understand something. Very, very importantly, start to develop good communication with each other. Everything is not about getting a like. Everything is not about getting the correct emoji back. Everything is not even about touching base most of the day, all day long, or very, very frequently. So we have to let the other person be, let ourselves be, let us go through the entire, swings of what we are feeling. Let us feel the motion of what we are feeling before lading our emotions onto the other person. Another very important thing is to enjoy the journey. The journey is equally important as the end result. Then also very importantly, to create a gratitude journal. Start creating a gratitude journal where you start appreciating things about each other, yourself, and definitely start to practice delayed gratification. That means have more self-control, practice self-discipline even in relationships. It is not necessary you have to catch up every weekend for that date night or that movie. It could be as per what your work demands are, what your family demands are, what your personal demands are. So here what we need to develop is the art of patience. So this delayed gratification will take you a long way to foster deeper connections with each other. And another very important thing is everything is not about just being in virtual mode, because I see so commonly nowadays people coming to us saying that when they're super good virtually, they talk very well on the phone, they text very well, but when they meet in person, they don't know what to do beyond a point. In fact, people come asking, what kind of conversations should we have, doctor? Because we run out of conversations. That is when we are only practicing instant gratification. When we start to spend time with our significant other, when we start to understand them, and we even start to live in their silence, enjoy that silence with each other, doing things which each other like, understanding each other's goals, understanding shared couple goals, understanding yourself firstly. That is where a relationship is going to be beautiful and successful.